Hey everybody, it's Tuesday. We're down in the Weather Center with Rhonda Shelby. And Rhonda, some crazy cold weather on the way.
It's cold, all right. Now temperatures have dropped to around the upper 30s, and thank goodness, because had we had clearing overnight, we were forecasting 20s, but because the clouds came in and just sort of locked the temperature in, right now we're in the upper 30s. In doing some checking around the area this morning, we already have a band of moisture developing along the coast, and so far it's been all rain up to around 1,200 feet. Then it's snow up in the coast range. So there is going to be more snow for folks 1,000 feet and higher today, no question about it. The question is, what's the snow threat lower than that? I know you have that question on your mind as well.
It was my next question.
Your next question. So here's what's happening. While we're during in the daylight hours here and temperatures in the 40s when this rain moves in, we're all basically going to see rain unless we're 1,000 feet or higher. Tonight, when we lose daylight, there's a good possibility that some of those showers turn to snow a little lower than that, down to around 500 feet. So that means if you are traveling overnight tonight into tomorrow morning anywhere, you're likely to see a mix of rain and snow showers 500 feet and higher, and maybe even a light accumulation. This means tomorrow morning's commute, we could see a little light accumulation in places around Sylvan, in that level where we see it in the West Hills or, Mount Scott, or places that are a little higher up around town. That is our threat for snow right now. The rest of us are just looking at a cold rain-snow mix, or even hail into tomorrow. Okay, let's take care of the 7-day forecast, because I think the next couple of days, maybe even the next 3 or 4, are going to be just like this. Do you remember back to last weekend where we had cold showers, some hailstorms, snow mixing in? This is basically a repeat of that. And again, we see that happening tomorrow. I also see that happening again possibly Thursday, maybe a break on Friday, and even still fairly cold storm systems coming in over the weekend, although they're pretty weak. The one on Saturday, we barely have a rain drop down for that, and maybe a dry spell on Sunday before the next storm system Monday. So fairly consistent rain, snow level dipping to 500 feet at times, but no really massive accumulation here. We're just talking a light dusting, if that, and generally 1,000 feet and higher is where we continue to get hammered with snow and pile up snow through the rest of the week.
What about up on the mountains?
Obviously, if we're getting any snow down to this level down here, it is a whiteout up there. The biggest problem today, I think, will be wind, because the coastal region is going to see 65-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of the south. We will also see 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts here, and that translates to about 30 to 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts in the mountains. So it will be almost blizzard-like conditions, and I'm not kidding when I say whiteout, once the front makes it to the Cascades. So there is a possibility of some heavy snow and craziness and wind at first, and then snow showers continuing into tomorrow and possibly into the next day. About 1 foot to 2 feet likely in the Cascades. Wow.
It's dry outside right now, the KATU studios. When do you think that rain's going to arrive?
Well, right now, computer models show around 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I tell you what, though, as I look up at Storm Tracker Doppler radar, it could be a little earlier than that, with that first little purple band of moisture coming in there. I think you can see it better on this one.
Look at this one, yeah.
Yeah, see? That's a mixture of rain and snow over the coast range. About 1,000 feet or higher, that's snow showers just barely sticking.
That purple stuff?
Mm-hmm. And so, this is just one little band. A lot of this moisture is still offshore. So we may see some earlier rain that comes in, in the next couple of hours before the front arrives after 1 o'clock. So don't be completely surprised if you're outside and you're like, oh, it's coming down a little earlier. That is a possibility today.
All right, folks, so a good heads up, if you're going to be traveling over those passes, pack those chains and warm and cold weather gear.
Definitely, coast range as well as Cascades.
All right, Rhonda, we'll check back if anything changes.